Welcome everyone to another A Day in the Life of. Today I have my fellows business development director, so I will be super happy to share some experiences with my fellow colleagues, and I'll do my best to not give my opinion because my role is just to moderate the session, not to say what I think about the different challenges and priorities of this role. So with me, I have Maria from Applause, Aurore from Ivan, and Yuri from Woodpecker. So with no further ado, Aurore, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Aurora. I'm the global director at Ivan for the sales development team. So basically, we have a team across the globe, APAC, EMEA, and North America. And at Ivan, we offer fully managed data platform in the cloud. So yeah, it's based in Berlin and doing business development for more than 5, 6 years now.
Indeed, indeed. I can vouch for that. Maria, you're also in Berlin. Tell us more
Yeah.
about yourself.
Yeah, also in Berlin, working at Applause, which is a digital testing company, crowd-based testing. And I work as the director of business development for the international unit, which means overseeing the operations we have in EMEA, but also in APAC, and then staying in close coordination with our team in the US, which I don't directly manage, but we always stay in alignment. And I've had a career in sales also of almost 6 years, going through sales intelligence, business development, also myself for a while, direct sales as an account executive, and then business development management. So that's a little bit more about me. Yeah.
I feel you could be a guest speaker in different webinars. Yuri, how about you?
I'm leading a outbound sales team in Woodpecker, and I've been doing that for 5 years or so. And my journey in sales is for approximately 7 years. So it's been quite interesting.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you all for being here. But fun fact, I met Yuri on LinkedIn because he made a great playlist on Spotify explaining what his company do. So that's how we got to know each other. So super happy to have you here. Great. So, Maria, what's basically a day in the life of a BD director? Let's start general and go specific. How does your day look like?
How does my day look like? So days look different, but usually it will start with planning what's going to happen that day. So, what are my three main priorities for the day? And usually that involves syncs with a lot of departments and a lot of people. Some departments I usually sync with will be, of course, my department. So, speaking with the BDRs and the BD managers, aligning on what's going to be the focus for the week, aligning on what we need to get done the week, and then also aligning with all the other stakeholders within the other departments we collaborate with. That can be sales enablement, that can be direct sales, that can be HR, that can be even IT if there's anything related to tools that we also need to discuss. And then aligning at global level as well. So aligning with headquarters to make sure that the international unit continues to be aligned with the company's strategy. It can also involve evaluating tools if we are looking at changing, onboarding, or offboarding certain tools. It also has to do with training. So I would also have been rolling out some trainings for the team, um, and hiring and onboarding also the team. So some of the functions that I would cover, and the day could include any of that. So
Yeah. Can relate, can relate. Yuri, is the same for you? How does it differ?
Um, we start with a kickoff. So basically, everybody goes on a call to kind of share what we got on the schedules today. Maybe some help is required from anyone or feedback. Then usually I just go on proceeding on. I already have a sequence rolling from the previous day. So like I like to prospect in evenings, and then like approximately before or after the demos, because a lot of the time we're contacting the clients from the North America, and it's that time of the day for me.
Yeah.
It's the second part when we have the demos, and before or after, depending how my schedule looks, I'm prospecting. Then so I have all of those like emails to answer, Slack messages to set. I have also internal meetings with other leaders inside of our team, inside of Woodpecker. Then it's approximately my time for social media. So I'm posting on a daily basis. So around 1 2 I'll go in social, and after that my time for demos and prospecting starts.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I also have a break for social media. I also have on my calendar, so I can relate to that. Oh, how about you? I know that you also do a lot of meetings, a lot of departments, like Maria said.
Yeah, exactly. So it can go up like today to 17 meetings in one day.
That's a lot.
Basically, for me, it's a bit different because I and hello, it really needs to go in between to manage my time between APAC, EMEA, and North America. So if I have meeting to take with my team lead or any stakeholder in APAC, that will be in the morning. Keep my day for like EMEA, as we also have like mainly or like most of our marketing team in EMEA, and end of the day for everything that I have to deal in North America. Um, a lot of meetings, of course, to synchronize with the stakeholders. I'm not in direct contact with the SDR or BDR in my team anymore, but like I still manage, like they can book like sometimes every month with me if they need anything, if they have question or if they just want to think. But other than that, as Maria explained, it's mainly synchronizing with like all the other departments in the company. So it's not always the same, but it's always with meetings.
I was about to ask, besides the number of meetings, which challenges or which main challenges do you have in your role as business development director?
So it will be to kind of synchronize the priority and the campaign that we have globally. So we have different source of campaign. We have outbound, that's kind of our main activity, but we are doing inbound and outbound. So we don't have like SDRs that do only inbound and other only outbound. It's more
Same
by
here.
territories. So we will yeah, SDR like for the French market, for the DACH market, same in North America, like by region or APAC by countries. So they need to be a bit like flexible depending on the market that they work on. So they need to deal with trials, for example. They need to deal with usual inbound. We recently implemented Qualified as like a live chat on our website. So we also deal with that. So it's more like all the different touch points that we can have with prospect or top account, making sure that they're well, like that it's working, it's synchronized, we have the right messaging, and everyone is aligned and it's
Yeah.
working.
Would you say similar to you, Maria? Would you say you have more or less the same challenges, though do you have some others?
Yeah, definitely. Well, most of the challenges come from the synchronization, like making sure that our unit stays aligned with the company's goals continuously. And then there is more tactical or like operational challenges that can arise that don't directly arise to me. But as far as the team has those challenges, it's something that either BDR managers or even I have to be involved in. And that can have to do with things like tools that are maybe not working or providing the best results right now, to perhaps changes in the market and they not getting the results they want with the current processes we have. So we might have to adapt those. It also, of course, has to do with time management because, like Aurora was saying, balancing between all the meetings plus the to-dos after meetings, it's a big, big, big one. That's a personal one. And then there can be other challenges, for example, when it comes to maintaining the team, like retaining the team, building the team. So hiring can be challenging, retaining as well, promoting could also. So all of those challenges that have to do with team growth and development are also some that I face from time to time in the unit.
Yeah, always like in different fires at the same time, right? Like
We're like
reacting to a lot
octopuses,
of.
I like to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. I can relate. How about you, Yuri?
a, a lot of those challenges also like appear in my day-to-day hustle. Not to repeat myself, I'll just add another one is constantly being on the toes and observing what's going on in the market, because I mean marketing is marketing, a team is the team, but no one knows better what's going on than the reps who are in the field, like in the trenches doing
100%.
doing the job. So it's either like sales activities or prospecting in general, observing what's going on LinkedIn, what topics stick, what things happen, and then making sure that the company is just moving in the right direction.
Absolutely. And that actually brings me to my next question, and we can continue with you, Yuri. You mentioned continuing in the right direction. How does success look like to you in your role? How do you say, yes, this was a successful quarter, year, day?
Um, so the first thing that is that my reps are like not burned out. They're happy. They're like meeting in the direction that they're feeling that their goals are aligned with what they're doing. So they are like they're able to give the good energy, and we're able to just to put in the quality work, because if that is in place, the quality work is there, then the results, I mean, they have to be or not be. Then it all depends on the systems that we have in place, on the prospecting triggers that we use, and every sales activity. But if the work, consistent work, is not there, then those results basically lack. So that's like one of the biggest things I see. If that is a success, I mean, obviously, like the like basic things like quota is there, how we stand with the turnover, basic results like, hey, let's check out what clients churned from this quarter, like, and kind of that stuff. But the most important one is the energy that people bring, I would say.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Maria, would you agree? Is that how you see success? Do you check other, let's say, milestones and KPIs as well?
Definitely. What Dre was saying, like starting with the team, the fact that we have the right people, that they feel like their job is fulfilling, that they are motivated to do a good job out there is the base for everything. So it's the place where I would also start looking at success. And then, of course, everything else follows, and there is more measurable results out of that, which will, of course, be how big is the pipeline we're generating, how much is that progressing, and after that progress, how much is the company making in revenue out of the influence that our team has made. I think that's the way how also the company measures our success. But personally, I would focus also a lot on the team itself, like the growth, how trained they are, how much are they growing within the company or even outside of the company, which kind of skills they're developing while they're in the team. All of these, plus also that other departments can collaborate with us, and that we're leveraging all of what we have at our availability to
Yeah,
do the best out of our jobs every day. So that also comes
yeah.
with the same across departments.
100%. I think you mentioned a really important point, which is leveraging the other departments, right? So I always like encourage my SDR team to leverage marketing as much as they can, right? All the resources in, because that's very valuable to, and they really helps their work when prospecting. How about you, Ho? How do you see success? What's success
Yeah.
for you?
So it's definitely making sure that everyone is coming happy in the morning. So this is for me, like if they're all happy to come and to come work together, it's already like, okay, we are already successful somehow. Of course, we have our KPIs. It's actually how do we calculate success across the company, a very big topic for me right now, because we are trying to slowly move from SQL, so just meeting generated and validated by the sales team, to qualified opportunities. So it's a big step, but it's also like having less quantity and more like qualitative meeting for the account executive. Um, and yeah, to go back to the other department also, we've been asked by the customer success team, so it's quite a small team, to help grow the account. So the SDR will do account expansion on existing account, and to promote the new services that we can have. So not to going to the technical aspect, but like we have new solution, data management solution, like coming every other month. So just to make sure that we promote them internally into the new accounts, that's also like that show that the team is like trusted by the other team inside the sales organization, and that they believe that we can succeed in to support them growing the account.
Yeah, absolutely. I can also relate to that. It's also important when the product team is developing new features and they are spending a lot of months building something that then it it gets sold, right? Otherwise, it was a lot of money invested for nothing if the sales team doesn't promote it within the customers, but also for the prospects. So, yes, that's definitely something yeah, important to have in mind for the sales department, not only BDs but the whole sales cycle. You mentioned a couple of minutes ago that one of the tasks you have is to always be looking and seeing what's going on around you and to also adapt to to your prospection and to your triggers. What are the sources that you mainly use to keep up keep updated with the environment?
I mean, it's first, so like the biggest one is the conversations that we're having with the prospect. So like, live conversations, either that's a demo or email ones. You're basically seeing there the objections, what's going on. Like either it's a budget, it's not a fit, whatever. And also the second one would be like social media platforms where people hang out from my niche. And
Yeah,
the first one would be LinkedIn. A lot of people like, so to give a context, Woodpecker is a sequencer, is a
yeah,
platform to send cold emails, and our users are people who are in sales, and where the sales people hang out on LinkedIn because they prospect there. So usually, like normally, it's that they leave a lot of information there in the comment section, so it's the second place where we observe. But sometimes you're able to pull off some fine information from Twitter. I mean, like Udemy and whatever. But those two are like the live conversations and LinkedIn.
yeah, 100%. It's very important to be where our prospects are, and I'm also lucky because, like you, my main source of information is definitely LinkedIn. Maria, I know your prospects and your environment is a bit different from sales. Um, Aurore, where do you get inspired for your very technical prospects?
Actually, inside my company, because it's
Yeah,
a very techy companies, like founders or developers, and we basically sell tools to people that we work with. So we actually invited a lot of engineers to our BD meetings weekly to kind of also show them cold emails that we craft, some messaging, and to have feedback of like the people that we target. It's really quite technical. I mean, technical audience are really not the easiest to
I know.
like
I've seen your website and I got very confused, but I'm just a salesperson.
yeah. They're also not the. I mean, usually they don't really like to be contacted by sales, so we have like this free trial, so they can kind of they need to try first, and after to
Product-led
decide.
growth kind of approach. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah, makes
that's
sense.
quite new, and you always need to navigate between like, let me talk with you, but like, okay, if you don't want, you can just like try it out yourself. But yeah, it's like basically finding peers. It's always like the best way. And no, they are not always on LinkedIn, not as lucky as like people
No,
targeting.
no, 100% not. I can vouch for that. Maria, how about you?
Well, there's different ways how I would say that we keep ourselves updated on what the prospects care about or where they are. So our personas are typically either product personas, engineering personas, or C-level, which could be CTO, chief of product, people that are interested in testing, QA managers as well. So on the testing trends side of things, we keep updated like through our marketing team that does a lot of research on what's going on, where's testing heading. Also, our product team does that kind of research, and that's passed on through the company. So they would keep us updated on that. And then they will create also some content that has to do with trending topics in the industry, like which kind of methodologies of development are companies using nowadays. These kind of things we keep updated through those teams. And then what is actually the direction where our unit goes is very strategic. So we would have a very targeted portfolio of accounts, and we would do more research on what are those accounts doing
Yeah,
specifically, like what are the goals that that company within that industry has, and
Yeah.
then we would target the messaging towards what they're particularly trying to achieve in that month, that quarter, that year, whatever that is. So that's how we would keep ourselves updated on the key accounts that we really want to target that are within the portfolio. And
Yeah.
in general, regarding personas, the team uses a lot LinkedIn to keep with the trends of what are the product developers talking about, what are the engineering trying as a tool right now. And then when it comes to, there's also something that helps us sometimes, which are regulations. For example, we have accessibility testing, and often there is regulations in different countries or geos that want to enforce accessibility practices in companies. So whenever those things come, we also update ourselves into that to update cadences, messaging, and everything, saying, "Hey, are you ready for this change in accessibility practices coming up?" So also I'd say the market provides us with all of
Yeah,
this
yeah,
stuff.
absolutely. The market, speaks itself and gives us triggers and insights all the time for sure. I'm happy, Ohoch, that you mentioned that you show your emails to your fellow engineers, because the last part of this podcast is me showing you an email that's supposedly written for your persona, and you give live feedback. You can be rough because it's anonymous. The companies are crossed out. So that's the last question here. So I will share the email. I'll have a read, and let's tear this down. All right. All right. So, hi, Yuri, Maria, Aurore. Do you have a continuous training program in place for your sales team? Most tech companies we speak to would like to have one, but just don't have the time to build it from scratch. Company ABC makes it super easy to get started with the best content, templates, exercises, which we customize to meet the needs of your team. Are you free for a call next week to explore this further? Best, John. Everyone is John in my podcast, by the way. So, Yuri, we'd like to go first because I know you have a lot of content on emails.
I mean, it's a solid, better than your average cold email for sure. Because sometimes the stuff you get is, ooh, wow. Um, what I'm thinking here is the couple of things. Like, is the beginning. Like, do you have a continuous training program in place for your sales team? I'm thinking the first thing is this: either how to make this a question a shorter one,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of turn it into more from how or what instead of yes or no question, like, because this is like yes or no.
Yep.
I'm liking that part of, so like, but I'm liking the second part of like the sentence. Most tech companies we speak to would like to have one but just don't have, like, I'm liking the second part, that they don't have time to, like, to build it from scratch. But I really don't like most tech companies. Okay, so like Amazon is a tech company, Google is a tech company, but doesn't mean that
Yeah.
they have the same challenges as my like 30 team or whatever the size the company that
Yeah.
I am. So it'd be really nice to hear the challenges that are my direct competitors and the companies like we are having. So that's kind of what it goes into, making sure that you have, like, you do your good research and then making sure that you're relevant. Um, Company ABC, and this part is nice. Um, this company ABC makes it super easy, because it's not like feature heavy, it's more of a value thing for you
Mm-hmm.
what to do. And also the thing that I would change is, I'm liking that this is a more softer CDA compared to, like, let's talk tomorrow at 2 p.m, how is your time. It's more of like a question if you'd be open to it. But I would just remove like a call or something. I would just like, hey, would it make sense to explore this further, or something like that.
Yeah.
So this is my
Cool.
feedback.
Nice. Oh, what's your take?
What's your subject line? Am I going to even open your email?
It's funny because when I did the episode with sales enablement, that was exactly their comments, like, what's the subject line? Let's imagine that was the subject line that made you open the email.
No,
Hi,
no, no.
Ohoch, you're great. Open this email.
You just won 1 million euros. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, so it's quite short. So I think that's like very important nowadays. Like long email just doesn't work. You don't even want to start reading them. To follow up with Yuri, we are also trying more and more like soft CTA. So having something like how does it sound, or even like are you the right person to talk about it? Because like it's
Yeah.
also you can just say like okay, no, contact this person.
Do you resonate with this? Are you facing the same challenge kind of thing? Yeah.
Exactly. So not even pushing for a call. Yeah, like in the first email, having more like a soft approach because like in your sequence that you will have a second one, and so you have like more chance to maybe like get their attention and get them accept a call. Company ABC, it's definitely something that I still practice, like I still do. It's think like if you have especially like the right reference, like with very similar company, it works. And so I'm starting from the from the end of
From the
the
bottom.
I go back up. Um, Asking like question in your first email that it's not something that I do, but like here I feel like okay, if you don't or if you need one, you want to read the rest. So it actually I think it's pretty working pretty well for me here. Like do you have that it's gonna talk about like training program
Yeah.
and or you have one and like you don't care or you don't need one. But like if it's something that it's somewhere in your mind, you definitely want to read the rest.
Yeah. Great. Maria, last but not least.
Well, now it's harder to find things, right? But I was thinking about the subject line too when I first saw it. Like, what if I don't even open it? What if it goes to spam because the subject line said something that made it filter
Yeah.
out? So,
Can happen. Can happen.
supposing that I opened it and I am going through the email, I agree with Olaf and Yuri on all what they said that is working well with the email, the call to action, the length of it, the structure. It's easy to go through probably from my phone. I could also look at it in one screen and that would make me more likely to read it, all of it. What I'm lacking here is a little bit more customization to my persona. So it talks
Yeah.
about tech companies, meaning that this email could go to anybody within my company, but it doesn't directly speak to my challenge. I do train people. Yeah, maybe they could target more like, yeah, business development is a department that trains continuously people, like the rotation or the change in the business development is really high because people get promoted or they go to another company or they go to another department. They're just starting their career. So something a little bit more like talking to me, my role, I would have liked to see in the first part of it. I like that it mentions like this company will make it very easy to start with content templates, exercises, like three key USPs probably or three key functionalities of this product that I can immediately see. And I miss the referral, like not referral, sorry, the references, like which other
Yeah.
companies like mine are you working with right now that I could relate to.
Yeah.
And I like the call to action. It could have highlight something of value like would you like to go like would it be interesting for you to go over how we can support you in I don't know creating the templates like something that speaks to my
Yeah.
biggest challenge.
Yeah. Relate the call to action to what they do actually to the solution.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Awesome. All right. That
If I
was
can,
quite. Yes, you
yeah, if I
can.
can, I'll just add one thing about that. It's nice if because Maria touched an important point. If that point about like what you said, like company ABC does this and that, you'll be better if you would say like that we help and a relevant competitor or relevant company that is close to you do that instead of we do this, but we helped that company do this. And then, as Maria said, the CDA could be like would it make sense to talk about if we could do something like this for you or something?
Yeah. 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 So putting the whole email on the prospect's court, the ball on the other court, not on ours. Yeah, yeah, I agree. As I always say, I never give opinion about the emails I share because it's not my time to do so. So thank you so much for reviewing the email. Thank you so much for your great insights. It was a pleasure having you here. and I will see you around. Maria, Aurore, Yuri, it was a pleasure.